Hi and welcome to another video. So today you and I are going to discuss the 10 types of musical intelligence because, okay, first of all, I think people need to look at intelligence in a whole new way because you have academic book smart, but there's in reality so many different ways in which intelligence manifests itself. And I could make a whole other video just talking about the more general forms of intelligence, but within each school of thought, within each career, within each even emotional or social subjects, there are different types of intelligence or ways of looking at things. And so in this video we're going to talk more specifically about the specific types of intelligence within music. And when I say intelligence, what I mean is your main area of skill. It's what you excel at compared to others. If you were to weigh them out and look at which one comes more naturally for you, which one do you gravitate more towards, what is obvious for you that doesn't seem to be very obvious in other people. So yeah, focusing on your strengths, starting off with the rhythmic intelligence. So this is someone who is really good at perceiving rhythm. You're able to naturally create rhythm, understand it, reproduce it, and you're always very well on time with, for example, a song, or if you create your own rhythm, you're maintaining the same consistent timing throughout the rhythm that you create. So this is the first one. This is very prominent for drummers, of course, because yeah, well, with a drummer that has good rhythm, you can have a good basis in a song. And if your rhythm is still a little off, then it can create a little incoherence and inconsistency throughout the song. And being able to hear when a rhythm is creating harmony in a song as opposed to when it's throwing the song off balance is a skill within itself. So this is more towards rhythmic intelligence. Then the second one is melodic intelligence. So these are people that are really good in recognizing patterns within pitch, or just in general, you're able to hum to a song or play along, play it back and repeat it easily. And you're also more inclined to be able to create melodies with more ease. So this is more for people that are really good at creating, recognizing these patterns, reproducing them, and composing easily, or easier compared to other people. This one is quite a nice one. It's really nice if you possess this skill. I really admire people that are really good at this. That is harmonic intelligence. So these are people that are really good at harmonizing, either with other people's vocals or with their own vocals. They're able to find different layers within pitch or of a song, or within different tones, to be able to create a harmonized balance by adding a different layer of vocaling. So this is of vocals. So this is vocaling. I just made up a word within vocals. So this is quite common within, for example, gospel. You can hear absolutely the most beautiful, intricate layering and harmonizing within gospel songs. Specifically also a cappella groups, so that's quite a beautiful skill to be able to have. And you would be able to also recognize more different chord progressions, and you would find it easier to sing along with someone and to add your own layer to the song without taking away from the main vocal. But creating something even more elevated because of the fact that you now have these two different tones playing together in a song. So that's the third one. Then the fourth one is people that have, they call this oral or ear training. It sounds weird, but it has to do with being able to pick out instruments in a mix. So that means that you're really good with your ears. It's spelled A-U-R-A-L. Oh, yeah. And having oral skills means that you are also really good at remembering music. So you don't have to listen to it many times. You can listen to it once and you'll remember parts of the song, or you'll remember the whole song. And you'll be really good also at hearing mistakes within songs. So for example, somewhere where the pitch might be off, or the tune just doesn't really balance out very well. So this is another skill that could be prominent within you when you listen and create music. Then we have the fifth one, which is your expressive ability. So this has to do more with your ability to express emotions throughout music and to be able to create different dynamics within your lyrics and your songs, that when you express what you're singing about, it really is conveyed through your lyrics, through your intonation in your voice, and through your expression as well. And you can also think about how are you conveying feeling, not only through word but also just through the sound and how your voice comes out. So that's a fifth one. Then the sixth one has to do more with creation of music. So this is composing. So this is for people that are really good at composing songs. They're good at taking together different song arrangements and different, for example, loops, and creating just a beautiful, well-rounded composition. And this is also really related to lyrics again as well. So being able to match the lyrics with a song. And then the seventh one is your production and your sound design. So these are people that are very skilled with layering together different loops. So I would say the difference between the composing is really creating something from scratch and having everything come together, and the layering and the sound design then goes a little bit more into mixing and into creating the textures within the song as well. Now, this is something that I don't really know too much about, so I won't go into much details, but these are some of the things that came up when I was researching into this and looking it up. Then the eighth one is your performance intelligence. This is really great if you are able to create a good stage presence. Now, your first stage performance might not be the best, but if you're able to quickly pick up on feedback from your audience and adapt throughout your performance, this means that you have some form of performance intelligence, because you're ultimately shaping the performance of the experience of your performance through the feedback that you're receiving. You're conveying emotions, you're really making sure that the interpretation that you have of your piece is being displayed and really expressed throughout your performance. And this has to do a lot with body language, it has to do a lot with intonation, it has to do with emotion, it has to do with, even if you want to go more into details, for example, it could have to do with sound design, lighting design, stage design. You can really, even the clothes that you're wearing, everything that comes together in a full-blown performance. Where is the sound coming from? Is it a three-dimensional experience, or are there parts of the songs that, for example, when they happen, you have more of the sound coming from the right side of the stage, or the left side of the stage, or the back, or the front? So these are all things that can be related to performance intelligence. Then the ninth one, we're getting close to the last one. The ninth one is theoretical intelligence. So these are people that are really good at understanding and reading music more specifically. So if you were to look at music from a more academic, theoretical point of view, you'd be very good at interpreting music by reading. You'd be able to understand scales and harmony just by looking at a page and analyzing different pieces through reading the song. This is a really, really, really useful skill, specifically for more classical music. I would assume, having had music classes a long time ago in high school, we learned about these types of approaches to reading and interpreting music. And I remember some really skilled piano players in my class that were really easily able to pick up and perform a piece very close to the original composer, just because they had this skill of reading music, and also obviously were trained in playing as well. Now, the last one is more of a weighing scale or a balance, and that would be whether you are someone that learns by ear or that learns by notation and reading. So if you were to kind of look at how you interpret music, how you create music, how you learn easily within music, is it something that you do because through hearing, and through adapting in that way, or do you need the approach of being able to read and see what's going on, either on a screen within loops, for example, or within a page or sheet music? And so these are kind of the two ways in which you can approach creating, composing, and learning through music. Now, personally, I'm more of a learning through ear, so like I'll know when something sounds right or wrong, and I have learned how to read sheet music in the past, and I can still read sheet music if I get myself to remember again and sit down for it, but usually you'll have one that you gravitate more towards, and that would depend on you, what you're used to, but also just what comes more easy for you. So I hope that this was an insightful video. I hope that you gain more perspective on which one of these ones resonated the most with you. So just to quickly repeat everything, we have our rhythmic intelligence, melodic, harmonic, our oral, our expressive, I hope I'm saying that right, compositional intelligence, I'm tripping over my words, compositional intelligence, production and sound design, performance intelligence, and then your theoretical, and then you have your ear, so you're sort of like you're learning by listening, or you're learning by notation approach to things and intelligence. So yeah, this is a really nice way to gain more appreciation for music, because there's so many layers within it. And like I learned music for quite some time during high school, but I did forget a lot of these things because I'm more trained by ear. But it's really nice to read this and to kind of be reminded of how many, and also learn new things. I was learning new things when I was looking this up, because I'm not really good with the whole, at least I'm learning to become better with the specific terms for things, but these are things that are kind of like I needed a refresher for. I learned some new terms as well, so this was really insightful, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed creating it, and I hope that you can find new appreciation for your own type of intelligence when it comes to you listening to music, because I believe that everyone listens to music in their own way, and the way that you pick up and appreciate music is going to be different than someone else. And this way we can all just appreciate music on a whole new level, because there's so much happening actually backstage with a song, and that's just a world that we're discovering in these videos. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and tomorrow I'm going to be talking about the same topic but for dance specifically, and talking about how a dance piece can be analyzed, created. Now, being someone that has danced for a long time, I really love dance, and I really love music, obviously. And just seeing how these two different aspects of playing around with a song can be experienced through listening to music, through dancing, is going to be something that I'll enjoy researching and sharing with you guys. So if you're curious about it, then you'll find me here tomorrow with a new video, and I hope you have a lovely day. In fact, I know you're gonna have a lovely day. Wishing you the best, and keep focusing on the positive things. Appreciation. I'm trying to remind myself of this constantly all the time, and I hope to see you guys here tomorrow. Bye.